Morning Q News. Here are the top stories for this hour. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Russian President Vladimir Putin have held extensive discussions. Putin expressed appreciation for Egypt's participation, highlighting the strong historical ties between the nations that come as the two counterparts met during the Victory Day celebrations in Moscow. El-Sisi congratulated Putin and emphasized Egypt's strategic partnership with Russia, noting collaborative projects like the Russian Industrial Zone in the Suez Canal and the El Dabaa nuclear power plant. They agreed to enhance Russian tourism to Egypt and strengthen cooperation in energy, food security, and agriculture. The talks also addressed regional issues, including the situation in Gaza, with El-Sisi stressing the need for a lasting solution to the Palestinian cause. Putin acknowledged Egypt's role in the region and supported its efforts for stability. European leaders and the Ukrainian president have held a press conference in Kyiv, where the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned Russia's unjustified conflict with Ukraine and insisted that a ceasefire should be unconditional. French President Emmanuel Macron emphasized the goal of securing a 30-day unconditional ceasefire, rejecting any concessions from Kyiv, and called for increased European support through new sanctions against Moscow. The German Chancellor affirmed support for Kyiv and the need for peace negotiations. A missile exchange has erupted between India and Pakistan, prompting U.S. President Donald Trump to step in and announce that both sides had agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire following a night of U.S. brokered talks. In a post on Truth Social, Trump wrote that this agreement comes amidst ongoing strikes and counter-strikes between the two countries. Trump congratulated both nations for their decision, highlighting the use of common sense and great intelligence. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs has announced that they contacted the Director General of Military Operations in Pakistan on Saturday afternoon, with earlier expectations for both sides to cease fire. Additionally, they added that the military operations directors of India and Pakistan are scheduled to hold talks again on May 12th. The Pakistani foreign minister has confirmed the country's agreement with India for an immediate ceasefire. The ministry emphasized that Pakistan does not seek war and prioritizes peace and security in the region. The Pakistani foreign minister stated that the agreement with India is not partial but a complete understanding for a ceasefire between the two countries. He emphasized the active diplomacy aimed at achieving this ceasefire. Media outlets affiliated with Yemen's Houthi movement have said the group carried out 2 drone attacks targeting Israeli sites. In response, Israeli media reported that security systems detected a missile launched from Yemen towards Israel. The reports confirmed the missile was intercepted before reaching its target. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Tel Aviv will continue its military operations against the Houthis, adding that Israel is not bound by the U.S. announcement of a ceasefire. The Wall Street Journal quoted an Israeli official as saying it's still too early to assess the implications of U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to declare a truce with the Houthis. The official noted the move took Israel by surprise. Gaza-based health authorities have announced that the death toll from Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip has climbed to over 52,700 and over 119,300 were wounded. Gaza-based health authorities have reported that Israeli military operations in Gaza had killed 27 Palestinians and injured 85 others in the past 24 hours. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says 70% of Gaza's population is now either inside active military zones or under evacuation orders. In a statement, the UN agency warned that Gaza remains under total blockade for the 3rd consecutive month, adding that civilians are dying and humanitarian access is urgently needed. It's confirmed its readiness to scale up aid deliveries once the siege is lifted. This concludes our top stories for this hour. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates on Q News.